Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. So, guys, I have to show you because yesterday I was trying to cover my face like this and it's just really annoying because guess what? Shit happens, life happens, and I'm just going to own it. My veneer literally came off. So, now, uh-huh, today I'm going to get it replaced. And then on the other side, I got a sun blister on my lip, I guess, or my lip got burnt by the sun. I don't even know. Anyways, I was gonna sit here and try to hide it, but I'm like, guess what? Shit happens, life happens, and let's move on. I think it's a lot better to just be transparent. But with that, we are back to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I can't take myself serious with this. Smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I'd rather be toothless, not homeless.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
It's actually more fun when I dance without the tooth. Okay. Oh, by the way, Jason put more lights behind, so thank you, Jay. I think that there's more lights that we could put up, but it's a mood. That with the tooth, I feel sexy. Okay. Here we go. So thank you to Bravo TV for giving us what a fucking moment. We're gonna get into it. Last night's Real Housewives in New Jersey, and this man right here. This scene was not it. This scene, Margaret made this scene, honestly, in my opinion. Last night I watched and I was like, I was supposed to do I think I said this at the beginning, a live recap with Ryan Bailey today, but I got to go get my tooth fixed. Now, this episode of The Real Housewives in New Jersey is brought to you by the Divine Intervention. Obviously, we know that the girls' trip got canceled due to a freak fire, and everyone realizes that this is for the best. After all, Teresa is coming in hot now that she is able to share her story about Margaret. But it's not just the ladies who are choosing sides. The husbands also are divided, showing allegiances. And is it possible for the Jersey ladies to find a way to drop all of their issues to find peace? The answer is no. No. It's always nice to start out with a positive segment on a show that is full of feuding. Rachel's daughter, Juliana, has been making strides since her lip and tongue tie procedure. Her motor skills have improved greatly, which is amazing, and she is standing up by herself for the first time. Rachel is nearly brought to tears as she watches her daughter achieve these milestones. And I think that, oh my God, her daughter, like her little family she has cute kids. Anyways, Jennifer is momming and she sits down with Bill to chat and she catches him up about her time at Rachel's and explains that she just ignored Danielle. She brings up the sex talk that the ladies were having and she admits that she talked about milking the prostate. And Bill looks like he wants to crawl under a rock. And he switches gears to talk about Joe Gorga's guys' night. This is where the Great Divide began. Half of the guys were heading to Joe Gorga's, and Bill and the others will be going to Louis. And what? Jen called Nate a bitch boy. Now, Jen then talked about Dolores and Jen Fessler's retreat, and she wonders if this getaway will help Danielle show some kindness so they can move on. But Jen is doubtful. When Dolores FaceTimed Jen Fessler, it was funny, she saved her in her phone as Siggy's friend, they began to plan the girls' retreat to the Berkshires. The 7-bedroom place also boasted a guest house, which Dolores believed should be reserved for Teresa and Jen to keep them separated if things go south, which was great. Dolores really planned this really appropriately. Dolores wants this group to respect the friendships that they once had. Jackie. But sure, not everyone is meant to be friends. But it's best to have a peaceful setting to try and kumbaya, as Dolores says, even though it's kumbaya. Now, Margaret ends up meeting Jen Fessler for some food, and Margaret fills Jen Fessler in on the irregularity of Joe's tests, but he has yet to get a biopsy, and Jen Fessler then discussed how she got an invite from Teresa. She said her lawyer is showing court findings pertaining to you, Margaret, but what? I don't know. It seemed like literally Teresa's attorney showed up to hold court to discredit Margaret. But Jen Fessler went on to say that Dolores, Jen, Jackie, and Danielle have all been invited. Now, upon hearing this, Margaret calls Dolores immediately since she does not appreciate Dolores attending the event to talk about her. And Margaret is livid and states that anyone engaging in negative is not in the right. She went on to call Danielle and say the same thing. And she's annoyed that Teresa is holding a bashing and, well, Jen Fessler decides to back out from the event. Kind of makes you wonder why Margaret is being so defensive is what people were saying. But listen, people are wondering if the rumors about Margaret being in contact with Louis' ex are true. She said I did. I was in contact. If she said she was in contact, okay. She said I wasn't in contact the whole time, but I was in contact. Back to it. Now, Joe ends up prepping for his guys' night, and we're all about to see a line drawn in the sand with the dudes now, too, because John Fuda rolls up in some pajamas, and Joe Benigno wonders out loud if, well, John Fuda is wearing Joe Gorga's father's pajamas, which was obviously a dig at Louis. And Margaret interrupted the guys' night when she calls Joe to tell him about Teresa holding a meeting with her attorney and some of the ladies. And the guys did their best to calm Marge down, reminding her that she has no involvement. Now, Frank and Jen Fessler's husband arrived, and John Fuda jokingly asked if they were switching sides since they came late to Joe's. And Frank explains that he did get invited to Louis' house. And when Joe refers to Louis as a scumbag, Frank dodges the topic. Joe ended up calling the guys at Louis' house a cult, and he reminded the group that Louis screwed them again and again, repeating his mantra that scumbags hang out with fucking scumbags. But over at Louis' house, Teresa shares that Jen Fessler backed out of the attorney meeting, and Teresa is tired of Margaret hurting her family for the past 3 years, and she is hopeful that since the court ruled in Louis' favor, the dirt will rise to the top, and Margaret will be outed for what she did. But it was Bill and Paul who arrived to Louis' version of the guy night, which was so fucking awkward. They ended up chowing down until they got ready to compose devotional messages for their wives in Louis' recording studio, which was fucking cringe. It was just weird. It was weird shit. Louis claims that he did not rehearse the message, but it gets even worse when Bill sits down to talk about his Ginny. I mean, I don't even know how they kept straight faces, but I would have definitely rather have been at the Gorga's house, especially if this is what they had to look forward to, because this was, again, awkward as hell. Now, there's not much else that the guys do besides drink at Joe's. When John Fuda starts looking like he's having an allergic reaction, they end up they had to call an EMT because they need to. Well, it was actually what did Joe Benigno say? Joe Benigno. It was he's going in anaphylactic shock, and I was like, help him. Now, later, Dolores breaks some bad news to Polly that the house that they planned to go to for the girls' trip in Berkshire's burned to the ground. And she is A, happy that they were not in there when the fire occurred, and B, unsure what she's going to do about this, which I feel like they could have went to Bluestone Manor. She wonders if it's an omen, though, especially since Teresa's attorney meeting is about to go down. And Dolores explains that she wants to hear both of her friends out, and that even though Margaret called her screaming, she's still going. But, Polly ends up talking about the devotional videos that they created, and Dolores looks at him like he's kind of insane. Now, the day has come, and James Leonard, Teresa's attorney, arrives, and he has found, well, I guess some stuff on Margaret. He's looking forward to helping others understand what Teresa's been going through, but one by one, everyone comes in, Dolores, Danielle, Jen, and Jackie, and they all wish that Teresa had some closure with all of the stress. Gia sits down in the meeting. Teresa's attorney says how he has been involved with her family for 9 years, and this is the most stress that he's, seen her go through. And they're all speaking in riddles, but it's obviously referring to Louis' ex, Vanessa Reiser, who he claims has been entangled in legal issues with Louis long before Teresa came around. Now, in 2021, information was leaked that the ex was talking to Margaret, and the ex used Margaret to get info exposed about Louis. Now, Margaret apparently told the ex she was planning to expose Louis and Teresa based on the information provided. But Teresa went on to say that this part will make your fucking head spin. The ladies wait for some groundbreaking dirt, but when Teresa explains Louis' ex has been allegedly getting information through Marge, no one's surprised by that. Sure, Margaret was the messenger, but it's not much different than what Jen and Teresa were doing with Laura, Margaret's ex-best friend, or how it was alleged that Louis hired a private investigator to dig up dirt about the group. It's kind of what the Housewives do. But the moment was interrupted by the doorbell, which was kind of hilarious. And Teresa runs to get to the door and get the delivery, and funeral flowers from Margaret with a note saying, "Sorry for the loss of your dignity." My God. Danielle ended up calling this the most gangsta move she has ever seen in her whole life. And the ladies look pretty fucking shocked. Danielle wondered out loud how they would be able to go away together. And that's when Dolores said, No, we're not going away together. That's not happening anymore. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are because next week is the finale. I'm going to talk like this so you guys can't see my bottom of my mouth. Next week is the finale, and it looks like it's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be real good. I'll have a tooth by then. I'll have a tooth today, actually. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Pop off in the comments section. Just don't pop your teeth off. Smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.